So at this point, we just have to learn to laugh at the ridiculousness of what's happening at the moment with these injuries and potential suspensions now with Horsburgh as well. So we're hoping here in the Peoples that we'd end up getting close to that 1,000 mark, but surprisingly, a lot of people had a pretty good week there. And if you had a lot of trades, it was good. But I think if you kind of missed out on a lot of the trade-ins over the last sort of few months, even those types of teams that maybe haven't made trades over the last bunch of weeks have done pretty well. So yeah, very, very impressive across the board. A 955 for the Peoples there. It was solid. You're having Valance, Garrick, Carraz are laid out, obviously there, Murray and Hines. We fielded 16 and end up putting on a solid total and making just a couple of ranks. And with the one round to go, it's going to be very, very interesting. It sounds like Nico is a good chance of returning. We'll obviously have Cam Murray. They need to win to make finals, which is good. Garrick is virtually no chance. Valance a small chance there. Carraz looks like he's going to be out in this week as well. Ponga likely gone. Ponga definitely gone. Manu most likely gone. Hopgood definitely out. And potentially guys like Grant and Payne Haas with his dislocated finger. There's a lot going on in this one. But on a nicer note, I'm in an absolutely remarkable place in the world right now. If I have a little bit of a geese. Got the mountains here in Queenstown. And right on the lake there as well. So it's a little bit of a nicer sight than our fantasy teams right now, that is for sure. But a 955 for the people. As I said, let's hope that we can kind of hold rank, I think, because it's a pretty solid effort, the 1380. Considering the last few years have been really, really high for us. It's not our best, but yeah, it's definitely something that's, it's in the top 1%. Definitely something to be proud of for a squad that's, just a team vote, basically. So yeah, that's that on the people score. We have one more week to go, and we'll add this one in with Scoop's side as the review video. I think we'll do them together, which will be pretty cool on that front there. So that is the people squad. My squad, we did cop it a little bit here. Going from a rank of 59, so we absolutely smashed it last week, to a 906 and a 94 rank in this one. So we end up having the 16 players, but I'm not sure how much Jesse Colquhoun can count as a player in this one here with 4 points in his 15 minutes with 4 missed tackles. So very frustrating in that time that he was out there. He couldn't contribute really at all for us. I did bring in Farnworth this week, and what the funny thing with that is that at the time that if I was able to get a Jesse Colquhoun or something like that to be able to play, or a Brandon Hands, Brandon Hands that can't play, but for Jesse, if he was able to come in and play for us next week and get a 15 or 20, that we were hoping that I was going to need that centre position. And then we lost. We're basically good chance of losing Horsburgh. He's going to fight the charge, apparently. Good chance of losing him. I don't know how that's going to work exactly, given that it was just a grade 1, and he's only having to get the 3 weeks because of carryover points. So, yeah, very interested in to see how that is going to work out. But we just found news about Tohu Harris as well. It looks like he's going to be out definitely for this round as well, to go along with plenty of other players here. So we're very much hoping for Hines and Murray to return. It would be very, very helpful for us. I think, Tedesco we're hoping for as well. So it's likely at this stage for my squad that we'll have Hands, Penasini, Hopgood out, Ponga number 4, Manu number 5 there, Harry Grant potentially number 6, and then from there we've got Jesse, we'll say he's going to be out number 7, and then Valance out at number 8. So that would leave me with 13 players. If that was how this worked out, meaning that we definitely have Hines, and we also have Teddy back as well. So it's going to be a shocker. And our lovely rank that sat sort of anywhere between the 50s into the sort of 100 range, I think it'll blow out outside the top 100, which is pretty sad given where we're at a few weeks ago. We're sitting in a really, really good spot. But I suppose this is where you needed sort of at least 4 trades coming into here to round 26 and then round 27. Probably using 2 in each would have been the goal, and that's very, very hard to do. And for a side like myself that didn't start perfectly well, had to use those trades up front, and that's definitely something we'll look into trying to perfect next year. Is starting a lot better, so we don't have to chase with those trades there. And then there's a little period there where we lost Dylan Brown to his off-field issues. And we had a couple of other injuries that really hurt us in that middle section, which made us trade pretty hard there as well. So they're 2 sections that we probably could have been able to keep sort of another 3 in the bank. Like we end up getting pretty unlucky coming into last week with the injuries to Teddy, to Garrick and the like there. But yeah, we would have been able to save that couple more across the season and sort of finish pretty well and sit us around that 75 mark maybe, rather than getting out to about 130 or something like that that we're going to end up with here. So we'll get into that last game while we're here first, and then quickly move into the rankings. And it's actually going to be a very, very interesting position there, battle for first place there up the top. But really, really good scores here for a bunch of interesting players, especially in the Knights side there of importance. And then, a few really well purchased and well owned Sharks players as well. So Dylan Lucas is 77. We've been speaking about him as such an incredible player for fantasy when he first came in and hit a couple of good scores. And he had a few games off the bench as well to drop down his average. But a 454k price man. He is a 92k jump with his 77. He was incredible with his try and try saver to go along with big base at that. Ponga looks like an AC joint injury, so yeah, he's going to be out for this week, and hopefully for the Knights' sake and his sake, he can get back for the finals there. But 76 to round out an incredible back half of the season, ending up at 821k. So for an average of 51, that's just sitting a little bit over 700k. So he shows here how much he's exceeded that in the past few months there. So well done to him, and another shout out to Cam McInnes as well for an incredible season, an incredible back sort of month or so. And he'll be there next week, and he'll be doing his thing. So, yeah, 60 tackles in 62 minutes, 100 metres gained. Awesome work from him. And Dane Gagai the same, 70 in his effort there, just averaging under 55 for the season. He's had an incredible one as well. And yeah, it really helps, actually, both him and Ponga not playing Origin there for them to be able to come out and dominate for the rest of the year. So, a big congratulations to Dane and owners of him. He was the play this week. And yeah, the last week and every other week from that in the centre position. He's going to be so expensive next year. Probably around this price at 760 odd if everything stays the same price wise. Toby Rudolph, what about the 2 try savers, 3 turnover tackles in his time out in the park there? So he had up with 52 minus 6 in base, 46 in base, and then adding the other 22 there, which is very, very cool. For Toby there, he's had a couple of amazing weeks in less than minutes this one. Clune was awesome as well. 3 try assists in this one to go along with his couple of forced dropouts as well. Awesome effort. Adam Elliott kind of been the yo-yo up and down each and every week. And then you've got Connor Tracy's 57. So he would have ended up being the better play than Herbie Farnworth in this one. And wasn't to expect that he was going to be one of the ones that likely without Nico Hines they were going to get beat. And that was the case here, 32-6. Well done to the Knights again. Sharkies really, really need to win next week now to try and slot themselves into a home final. 5th or 6th would be ideal. Tracy doing his job. Nico had a try disallowed there, and one of his line breaks rescinded as well, but he did a lot in this one. 45 tackles as well. Was great. Best was big. So was Graham. 53 for him. Incredible work. You got Trindle there, the 52. In this one as well, and that was to be expected. He ended up with 2 try savers, 2 turnover tackles though. So yeah, probably could have ended up in the high 30s if he wasn't to get those. But yeah, it's part of the game. Frizzell the 51, he would have been the guy I would have grabbed instead of Herbie Farnworth if it was positionless, and that would have been the better selection there. Obviously, an extra 14 points would have helped me out and probably stuck me about the 90th overall. Dom Young was solid, obviously with Blake Brayley. Greg Mosley got a try there. In the end, he was pretty low for a good while. Not through negatives, it was just through not much ball going right out to his wing, and they were obviously scoring tries in other positions there as well until it got to him there in that one. You then go to Leo Thompson, continues to do great work. Crossan there, the 36, a little bit low for him. Hazelton, 32 in himself there. Mulatalo was okay, obviously in a beaten side. Same with Talakai on that side, 20 and 25, just okay at best. But we do expect those types of low ones. And the big loss helped my side out, but obviously not a lot of yours, is the 10 from Ramian. And you're very close to that of Jesse Colquhoun. If you're playing both of them and hoping for at least something over 20, then you're very much disappointed in that one. So obviously a lot of this game was played through the middle. You see obviously the tackle numbers from McInnes, a lot of the work from Toby Rudolph, and on those edges there with guys like Nikora, Dylan Lucas being able to provide a lot of effort on that side. But when Gagai's getting 13 tackle breaks and Ponga's got 8 there to go along with 6 from Dom Young, Bradman Best getting 3 in that one there. All the outside backs from the Sharkies are gonna struggle a bit. So that's that there. The 10 from Ramian, not what you hope for, especially when you can get 107 meters. You would expect a little bit more, but End up getting -7 across the board there. So that's that last game, and then you're finishing off the round results here as well. So let's go to my leagues to kick things off, and I did get pumped in a couple of them now. Thankfully for me, I did win the semi-final of the Gargarov Championship, but I'm cooked against Eddie. He seems to be in all of mine, unfortunately, and he beat me here in the head-to-head there as well. So 978 he ended up with, and he's absolutely flying at the moment. I think he's in the top 20 overall, and very similar to that of AFG Kosi with 968. Again, I had a very poor week, so unlikely. Unfortunately, Dan there, I was able to smash him. He's at his team's even more decimated than mine. And then AFG Gumby, a massive score at 1,016, so big efforts on those three. So that was the grand final in the Rudleys and also the Ham-to-Head. I lost both of them. I have made to the final, as I said, of the Gargarov, but I don't think my team's definitely more decimated than what Eddie's is. And then the Revenge of the Broncos one, I believe, was the semi as well. Yep, so yeah, AFG Kosi, so George is in that one as well, up against Gumby there. So yeah, tough times. Private group, we got spanked again. So Matt just takes back the lead in this one, the lead in this league. 944 there, a little bit of a slender one. He's obviously got a few more playing than myself. I'm going to be the worst decimated or close to it compared to everyone else. And it'll be interesting to see if it should happen anyway. Lockie and also Sam, depending on how team list goes, obviously. But there's a good chance that both of those guys will overtake me in this one. Again, it depends what happens with the guys like Isaiah Yeo and Payne Haas. If they're both missing, then it could be a little bit tougher for some of these guys. Obviously, what's happening with Walt if he gets arrested. And the rest should be playing, which I think is going to be enough to probably overtake me. But amazing week from a lot of these guys here. Scored really, really well. Mitch D got 1,026, which was awesome. And who else we had? Oh, Ryan, he just got under me. But everyone else basically beat me in this one. So the race is hitting up for the cash prizes in the private group. So a bunch of these guys are able to win a lot of these prizes, which is cool. And I wish them all the best of luck heading into that last round. It's coming into the balance there. You've got all the way down to Mitch D, who's 76 points behind Matt. So that could definitely be caught up in these last rounds. And it's incredible how close it's ended up when it was really only between a few of us. And I think I'm definitely out of the race now. 31st in my NRL Fantasy Analysis community, 4th in the podcast, 4th in Cowboys overall, 4th in the J Brown fan club there. So good stuff across the board. I got beat pretty hard in this podcasters league, and as I said, Eddie's clearly on top there, ranked 20 overall. Chris is 35th, and Stuart is 39th. So yeah, it's really just Scoop that likely to be Scoop. Maybe Nick that could overtake me in this one. So a top 6 finish out of 23 there is pretty decent there across the board. But yeah, some good scores there in that group there. And let's just finish with the rankings, guys, which will be cool. So in this one, all right, so Nige is up top and 598, so 24598 against 24524. So yeah, only 74 points behind is Todd compared to that of Nigel, and it looks like, again, depending on how things goes, Nige doesn't have Manu, which helped him. Be looking here, it depends what happens with guys like Robson. Does Teddy come back? Does any of these other guys get rested? Like probably not gonna matter. Everyone has him, but SJ to go along with Payne Haas, Grant, which I think Booze has Payne Haas as well. No, you didn't trade him out. That's right. Yeah, so no Manu in this one, but Horsburgh definitely there. Hopgood, he's got Penasini as well. Tanner Boyd's already there. Skelton and Garrick. So it looks like Todd might have a little bit of an edge. Can he catch up more than 70 though in that last round? That last round is going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, Rob's in 3rd there. You've got Kyle in 4th, which is really cool. Brenton that moves into 5th. What did he end up with this week? In 959. Still a solid week. And ended up leaving out Kotrick. Played Wade Graham, which is great. So yeah, that worked out really, really well. Has Nico and Murray to come back. Appy should be playing for sure. Obviously, Manu and Ponga likely to miss out. So Hopgood there. Looks like he should be able to, I'm not sure if he has a trade left or two. But maybe able to get close to that 16 or so on the park. Obviously, Tohu Harris missing as well. So yeah, the guys that don't have Tohu is going to help out as well. But it's just going to be a wild last week in NRL fantasy for this year. Interested to see how it all unfolds tomorrow. Team list is going to be funny just to go through, and then look at our teams and see where we're at. So yeah, please tune into that one. It's going to be a fun one. Yeah, I'll get into that, and then I'll hopefully get out on this lake and get out skiing in the next few days, which will be fun. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.